Good afternoon, everyone. COP26 just around the corner. Chinese emissions more than the U.S. and the EU combined. Too much electrical consumption per capita in China. Zero emissions, they fall off a cliff. Lo and behold, China goes into the dark. 20 provinces rationing electricity. Apple, Tesla, and nearly every factory halting production. And the true statement, power curves are going to ripple through the global markets. So many items are never going to be produced. I don't care if shipping's free. It's not coming. And now shortages on food packing polymers. All the while, record apartment rental prices, along with all the crunch of energy across the planet, is a signal we are at the beginning of the global shutdown. Weight loss is scientifically proven to be most difficult once we reach middle age. This is because after age 20, our body's metabolism slows down 4% every decade. We experience a 10% drop in our metabolism by the time we're 50. That's the reason why age is so strongly correlated with weight gain. That's why I recommend Adapt with Keto. Thousands of Americans report losing weight, slimmer stomachs, toned muscles, and reduced cravings within days of taking this product. It works in a similar fashion to how the popular keto diet works, which melts fat, tones your muscles, and reduces cravings. Opening another bag, that's why I recommend Adapt with Keto.com. Try it today for 51% off by going to adaptwithketo.com. That's adaptwithketo.com. Or you can click on the link in the description box below. And now on with the video. Some beautiful images of La Palma eruption, now lava reaching the ocean. Once calm, now volatile. This describes the very world we're living in. Geophysical, geopolitical. Workers who keep global supply chains moving are warning of a system collapse. We are at the very beginning of the global shutdown. China plunging into the dark. Now, you would never in your wildest dreams ever even consider this to be possible. Ever. Chinese cities being plunged into darkness on purpose. More than half of Chinese provinces are now rationing electricity. And this is even down in Guangdong, which is a major production center for almost everything that is swirling around the planet by boat. And if you want to bring it up into high tech here, Apple, Tesla suppliers to halt production, China power crunch. They're citing surging coal and natural gas prices, which loops right into the energy crisis in Europe. And then here it is, the plan, Beijing's effort to cut emissions. This is a world reduction in standard of living. It is across the board. Everything that we understand being manufactured in China is no longer going to be manufactured at the level and the volume that it was previously. So even if shipping rates are going to all-time highs, it's still not going to be delivered across the ocean because it's not going to be produced in China. Evergrande is just the tip of the iceberg of the unwinding in China to bring their citizens' electrical consumption down to IPCC targets. So digging into Eason Precision Engineering, an affiliate of Foxconn, which then an affiliate of hundreds of other companies manufacturing devices, glass, etc. for all these pads and phones that we're used to getting, speaker components. The list is endless of the suppliers that are halting production. I watched Cliff High's video a little bit earlier today, and he was talking about drivetrains on transmissions for 18-wheel vehicles to deliver our goods to our cities are no longer going to be coming for another 6 to 8 months at best, and we're going to be running out of supply parts here in the United States. This is going to continue. There is no end in sight to the reduction of goods coming out of that country or arriving to ours. The power crunch, I couldn't believe it when I saw this. Tech suppliers suspend China operations over energy policies. And I thought, China was immune to this, but I guess they're playing the game and have made you look left when you should have been right. Sun Tzu, perfectly played here. Shiyang, Liaoning province, suddenly unexpected power crunch, but then Guangdong, Suzhou, Shenzhen, so many other places. And if we're looking at Zhengzhou, thermal coal futures here spiking to record highs. From calm to eruptive. Another image from La Palma, reflecting our world. Perhaps the scattered energy field of the human resonance is causing these earth changes as well. Now, here's something not a lot of people are talking about. I had to dig this one out of the dustbin from last year. Chinese emissions are more than the United States and the EU combined. And there was always the talk about, wait, what's happening? Why are they never chastised or forced to reduce? Apparently, Chinese manufacturer has reached some sort of conclusion where everything has been manufactured that will need to step into the next world. Now it's time to disassemble it. Electricity consumption per capita, China just screams above the rest of the world. Well, you know what kind of world we're living in. Chinese targets for carbon neutrality 2050 means they need to go off a steep cliff and quick. If you think it's bad enough with this global reset and Klaus Schwab, United States got to go down, EU still needs to go down, and I find the timing incredibly coincidental where everything is collapsing at the time to meet these targets. So this power crisis in Asia and Europe, which is going to spill over to the United States, these power curves will ripple through and are rippling through the global economy, global markets, global manufacturing as we speak. These supply chain shortages are going to be indefinite, and they're going to affect our lives, especially in the transportation sector on ground, to get food and medical supplies into the cities. These machine parts, maintenance repair operations are going to be the first things hit. This heavy smelting and refining of metals, we don't have these factories in the United States. And you could keep pointing fingers and connect different dots and, record prices for shipping and ship rentals, rail rates, fuel prices, lack of drivers, etc. But it's become a complete meltdown of the entire world system that we have grown up with. It is over. This is the signal of the beginning of the end of it. The global shutdown. And looking at European one-year forward, electricity, spot gas, thermal coal. Oh, did I mention you need to add in carbon credit balances now? CO2 emissions into the carbon credit market need to be added in. All of these reaching record highs. European natural gas prices. Now the blue is the UK and the red is Netherlands. They kind of overlap going vertical there. But the pinch that's going to be felt across the UK is going to continue northward on that. Russia was saying that they didn't have as much supply or they're not going to deliver as much. Oh, point the finger again. How many more times can Russia be used as a scapegoat? I'm wondering. At least once more for this round of energy deficiency in Europe will be blamed on that. But who can blame all-time record high prices for apartment rentals? Oh, BlackRock probably, since they're the largest rental unit holder on the planet. Median rent above $1,300. And that's one way to look at the chart. But if we bring it over into and everywhere, this is the 100 largest U.S. cities. And you're looking at the monthly change. That bar at the top, the red is hot. Obviously, hotter inflation, hyperinflation. Blue is going colder, price is decreasing. You're looking at the far right where it says 2021, far right. I barely see any blue on that. That is scalding hot red everywhere. And if you thought you might just rent a house and kick back and cook your own meals, sorry. Polymer shortage in Europe impacting production. This has been ongoing since 2020, but they thought it would have alleviated itself. But this shortage is intensifying through Europe now, as well as we'll start to see this in other parts of the world shortly. Now, since the auto manufacturing industry is pretty much shut down, you would think a lot of those polymers would have been redirected and retooled right over into plastic foodstuff containers. Not. Automotive industry, nothing. They're at a standstill. They can't get the chipsets in to continue production. So where does this leave our world? where they can't even produce enough plastic to wrap the foods, to keep it in the supermarkets, or to deliver it to your homes. They're trying to cite shipping container shortages, price increases, chemical unavailability. But I look at this as the most basic link in the supply chain of the food from the farm to your supermarket, the food from the farm to your table. They can't even get the plastic wrap. This is a huge sign. The pincers of the global shutdown and the reset are tightening this autumn and this winter. Please learn how to grow your own food, work with your communities and your neighbors to get gardens set up. Even if you have to do it indoor for this winter until you can get that outdoor practice, you need to start immediately. And if you can't, you still have the option of emergency food supplies. My Patriot Supply and Adapt 2030 3-month emergency food supply, 25-year shelf life. And you would use this to add into your existing stocks or fresh or what you could get from the market. You can extend out your full food supply or count on this in case there's a complete shutdown for a period of time. I do wish you the best getting ready for these changes. But now that China's going dark, that means everything supplying our world is stopping. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you got something out of it, and I'll see you next time.